It is Read Across America Day, and how exciting that we have a bunch of stories read to you by a lot of librarians from across the country, and it is unbelievable. You're gonna love all the stories. Don't worry if you can't sit through all the stories at one sitting. You can revisit us and go right under our videos, and you can take them one at a time or in one big gulp. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you enjoy.
Hello, friends. I'm here to read to you today the library book. Happy Read Across America Week. My name is Mary Beth Saminsky. I'm a school library media specialist in the Buena Regional School District in New Jersey. As a school library media specialist, it basically means that I'm a school librarian or a teacher librarian, and I bring my students to the library to teach them about library skills and information technology. And I teach students in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. This is my family. They are the loves of my life. And this is me on one of the farms here in New Jersey. But this right here is this little star is where we are located in Buena. Now, I know it looks like Buena, but here in Buena, we say Buena. We are smack dab in the center of the bottom of the state. As a matter of fact, we are right near the Pine Barrens, and the Pine Barrens is one of the nation's first national reserves. There are over 1.1 million acres of preserved national forestry in the Pinelands, and it takes up 22% of the state. As you can see in this picture right here, this whole area is the Pinelands, so it takes up a very large portion of our garden state. And I wanted to show off for you some of our pictures of the beautiful area around here. We are called the Garden State for a reason. We have beautiful forests and great land, and we have some of the best sunsets. So if you ever get the chance, come visit New Jersey. Today I'm going to read the library book. This library book is a book published by Simon & Schuster, and they've given permission for librarians and teachers to read the book aloud until June 2021. It was written by Tom Chapin. He's a 3-time Grammy winner, and a 2-time Grammy nominee, Michael Mark. It was also illustrated by Chuck Gronick. So here, without further ado, is the library book. Oh, Saturday morning, and the rain is pouring. Can you put your hands in the air and do the rain with me? Do the rain. Oh, the rain is pouring on a Saturday morning. How do we feel? We're always sad when it's raining on a Saturday. Dad worked late last night. He's in there snoring. Put your head on your hands and snore with me. Same old stuff on TV. Boring. So what if I can't go out and play? I know what I'll do today. I'm going down to the library, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary. Everybody say hi with me. Hi, dictionary. Picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. I love this character right here as she's walking through the shelves, and look at the happiness in her eyes as she's looking up at, oh, what book am I going to pick today? Now, I like books and they like me. So when I go to the library, I sit down in my favorite chair and check to see who's there. Oh, she looks so comfy. Maybe one book, maybe two. Take me home, says Winnie the Pooh. Oh, Winnie the Pooh is climbing out of a book. He wants her to take him home. And if we have to travel far, I'll bring my honey jar. Oh, Pooh. Pooh can't go too far without his honey, can he? Oh, I'm going down to the library, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary. Say hello. Hi, dictionary. Picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Sleeping Beauty yawned. Yawn with me, friends. Dad said, "Oh, come when I get out of bed." Oh, so we're going to leave her there. But Madeline says, "Let her nap," and jumps into my lap. Oh, go pick out a Madeline book today. The Cat in the Hat says, "Hey, I'll go." "Don't take him," cries Pinocchio. "Don't take that cat to your address. He always makes a mess." Oh, I'm going down to the library, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Mrs. Parker's back behind the checkout desk today. The Cheshire Cat jumps on her head and says, "Let's play." But Mrs. P says, "Goodness, are you sure you want all these?" "Oh, yes," we shout together. She says, "Shh, quiet, please." I'm going down to the library, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. The 7 dwarfs begin to shout, "Say, take us with you, check us out." Then Cinderella gets her gown and Babar grabs his crown. Then Curious George swings from the shelf. Along comes Mother Goose herself. Out the door we danced and sang. The whole library rang. Oh, I'm going down to the library, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. There's that librarian. She's now singing the song. I'm going down to the Shh. Picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Picking out a book. Check it in, check it out. Now, what's fun about this, friends, is that we can go back to the beginning of our story and we can actually dance and to the song that was written for this book. So it was actually a song before it became a book. Would you like to dance with me? You can dance however you'd like, but I'm going to march, and I might even, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'd like to see your dance moves too.
Saturday morning and the rain is pouring. Dad worked late last night. He's in there snoring. Same old stuff on TV, boring. So what if I can't go out and play? I know what I'll do today. I'm going down to the library, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. Now I like books and they like me, so when I go to the library, I sit down in my favorite chair and check to see who's there. Maybe one book, maybe two, to be home, says Winnie the Pooh. And if we have to travel far, I'll bring my home job. Oh, I'm going down to the library, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. Sleeping Beauty yawned and said, "I'm coming right out of bed." But Madeline says, "Let her nap," and jumps into my lap. Cat in the Hat says, "Pretty I'll go. Don't take it," and cries Pinocchio. "Don't take that cat to your address. He always makes a mess." Oh, I'm going down to the library, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. Don't say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. Mrs. Parker's back behind the checkout desk today. The Cheshire Cat jumps on her head and says, "Let's play." But Mrs. B says, "Goodness, are you sure you want all these?" "Oh yes," we shout together. She says, "Shh, quiet, please." Down to the library, taking out a book, check it in, check it out. Don't say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book, check it in, check it out. The seven dwarfs begin to shout, say, take us with you, check us out. Then Cinderella gets her gown, and Babar grabs his crown. And then Curious George swings from the shelf. Along comes Mother Goose herself. Out the door we danced and sang, the whole library rang. Oh, I'm going down to the library, picking out a book, check it out. Gonna say hi to the dictionary, picking out a book, check it out. I'm going down to the library. Shh.
Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed our Read Across America read aloud today. That was the library book. Have a great day. Keep on reading.
Good morning, everyone. It's Gail Kabbelman from Oxford County Library. How's everybody doing this morning? Today is Thursday, February the 11th, and it's now time for our Stories and Songs with Miss Gail. Everybody wave and sing hello. Everybody wave and sing hello. Everybody wave and sing hello. Sing hello, hello. Everybody clap your hands and sing hello. Everybody clap your hands and sing hello. Everybody clap your hands and sing hello. Sing hello, hello. Everybody tap your head and sing hello. Everybody tap your head and sing hello. Everybody tap your head and sing hello. Sing hello, hello. So how are you doing? We've got a couple of special things going on today. We know that we're celebrating Black History Month. February is Black History Month, and it's a great opportunity to share so many of the wonderful books that Oxford County Library has. But we also know that this coming Sunday is February 14th, and it's also Family Day weekend. And February 14th is a day where a lot of people send special cards to tell people that they care about them. We call it Valentine's Day. But in Tempsford Library, we've been making Valentines. And we've been sending out cards and kits to some of the families in Tempsford who pick up books at curbside pickup. We also helped with the seniors, and we made sure that a lot of the seniors in Tempsford got an opportunity to make some Valentines. So I hope that you're sending a card to someone, even just a small. These cards are just so little, just pink paper and some hearts. I hope that maybe you have a chance to deliver a card to someone's porch and tell someone that you're thinking of them. Today we're going to look at a couple of stories and read a couple of stories. We're going to share some of the books that we have in our catalog that help us learn more about Black History Month. I'm going to be reading a story called Meet Viola Desmond. And Viola was from Nova Scotia, which is one of the East Coast provinces. So we're going to read that story and learn a little bit about her. And then we are also just going to take a quick look. We're not going to read the whole book of Carter Reads the Newspaper. And this is a story of Carter Woodson. He didn't just study history, he changed it. So in our library. So let's get started with Viola Desmond. If you don't know who she is, on the back of the book it gives a very brief summary of what she did. On a rainy day in November in 1946, Viola decided that she would not give up her seat in the unofficial white section of a movie theater in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Viola knew that she was being asked to move because she was black. She was jailed, tried, and found guilty of an unfair charge. But Viola and her supporters persisted in their campaign for social justice all the way to Nova Scotia's Supreme Court. Because when Viola decided to do something, she did it. So, this is a story of what happened to Viola that day. It was a cold, rainy day in November 19. Viola Desmond needed to make a business trip. From her home in Halifax, she had to drive across Nova Scotia to Sydney. It wouldn't be a pleasant day to drive on such a wet day, but when Viola made up her mind to do something, she did it. Viola had grown up in a big family with 10 brothers and sisters. Can you imagine? 10 brothers and sisters? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of kids. Viola was one of the oldest. Her big sister Helen liked to bake. Viola would like to make the icing, and her little sister Wanda helped too. Viola's father had worked several jobs to support his family, including cutting hair. And maybe that's why Viola had decided to open a hair salon when she grew up. It had been tough for Viola to get started. She had to go to Montreal to attend beauty school. No school in Halifax would train her because she was black. When Viola came back home, she opened her own hair salon. Soon she had many customers. Viola's customers loved visiting her salon because she was smart and caring and funny. Her customers were black women who weren't allowed to go to the salons in Halifax that white women used. Viola also made her own hair creams and face powders, and she started a beauty school to train other hairdressers. Wow, she really was determined for sure. On the way to Sydney that day, her car began making terrible noises. The town of New Glasgow was just ahead. Viola pulled off the road to find some help. And the mechanic basically said to her, "I'm really sorry, I can help you, but I can't help you today. I'm going to have to order some parts." Wow, oh my goodness, it's already rainy and wet and she wants to get to her hair salon and then her car breaks down. But this guy was willing to help her. It's just that he had to order some parts. So while she was waiting and trying to figure out what to do, she saw a movie theater nearby. She decided to watch a movie in New Glasgow while she waited for her car to be fixed. It was a decision that would shape history. She walked into the theater's main floor and sat down. It felt good to relax in a warm, dry place. Viola snuggled down into her seat. The movie was just about to begin, and suddenly someone tapped her on the shoulder. Viola had been given a ticket to the balcony. The usher told her to move, but Viola didn't want to sit up in the balcony. She went back to the ticket seller and asked again for a ticket on the main floor, even though it cost more. The ticket seller refused. She said nothing about the color of Viola's skin, but Viola knew what was going on, and it made her angry. When she went to the movies in Halifax, people sat wherever they liked, just like white people. Viola marched back to the main floor and she sat down. But she had hardly sat down before the usher came back. And then the manager came. But Viola stayed in her seat, because when she made up her mind to do something, she did it. And then a few minutes later, the manager was back with a police officer. And there's a lot of little bubbles of conversation going on, and you can read this when you have this at home. You can read all the conversation that would have taken place. And there they are. They're pulling her out of the movie theater because they don't want her to sit down there. They want her to sit up in the balcony. Viola was driven to jail and put in a cell. A police officer shut the door with a loud clang. Some people might have cried, but not Viola. She was bruised and upset, but she pulled on her gloves, and with her back straight, she sat down on the bed. She sat there all night long and didn't sleep a wink. The next morning, she was taken from her cell straight to a courtroom. The theater manager, the ticket seller, the usher, and the police officer were all there. Viola wasn't told that she couldn't have a lawyer to help her, or time to prepare. She didn't even know to ask those questions. The judge found her guilty. She hadn't paid a cent of tax. She was ordered to pay a fine of $26, and in today's times, that would be about $350. No one said anything to Viola about the color of her skin, but everyone knew what this case was about. As Viola walked out of the courtroom, she was angry. Her car was fixed and was waiting for her at the garage, but Viola was too upset to drive to Sydney. She headed home. Some of her friends said she should hire a lawyer and fight. They thought she could help change things for black Canadians. Others said Viola should pretend the whole thing never happened. Even her husband told her that she should just accept the fact that black people would always be treated badly. One of her customers, Carrie Best, ran a newspaper called the Clarion. It was Nova Scotia's first newspaper that was owned by black people. The Clarion ran articles about what had happened to Viola. More people started to say that Viola had been treated unfairly. Viola decided to take her case to the top court in Nova Scotia. The Nova Scotia Association for the Advancement of Colored People agreed to help her. They collected money to pay for a lawyer. Many people, black and white, gave money to help. Well, Viola was worried about going to court again, but she was determined, and this time she wasn't alone. Her lawyer and Carrie Beth were with her. But the judges at the top court would not hear her case. They said she had waited too long to bring it to court. Again, nobody mentioned about the color of her skin, but everyone knew the bottom line about this case. One of the judges even hinted that the case really wasn't about that tax. He suggested it was about keeping people apart. Viola knew she'd been treated badly because she was black. She hadn't won her case, but they kept working for justice, and so did others like Carrie Best and the Clarion. A few years later, Viola moved to Montreal, where she took a business course. Then she headed to New York City, where she worked finding jobs for singers and actors. And that's where Viola died in 1965. She actually died in February of 1965. But that's not the end of her story. When Viola spent that night in jail, her little sister Wanda had been ashamed. But when Wanda was much older, she felt very proud of Viola for how she had been so determined. Wanda was glad her sister had stood up for black Canadians. Wanda began telling Viola's story. She talked to children in school, she spoke at universities, and she gave interviews to reporters. And when people heard what had happened to Viola, they all felt it was unfair. In 2010, Nova Scotia Premier Derek apologized to Viola and all black people in the province of Nova Scotia. A pardon had been granted for He said it was not fair and that she was not guilty of any crime. He said that she had not been treated fairly. Viola was the first Canadian ever to receive a pardon after she had died. It was announced that Viola was going to be put on Canada's $10 bill. Wanda, her sister, was very proud. Viola had wanted to make things better and more fair for black Canadians, and she did. Because when Viola made up her mind to do something, she did it. And then on the very back page of the book, it tells a little timeline of Viola's life. The story was written by Elizabeth MacLeod and illustrated by Mike Dees, and it's available in our catalog. Just check out www.ocl.net. Now, I know that most of you watching are probably under the age of 10. In fact, many of you are probably under the age of 5 because a lot of the school kids are online or in school. But we have one of my favorite stories. It's called Lola at the Library, and it's just a tiny little board book, and it's all about a little girl who likes to go to the library. At the library. She packs her books and her library card. She goes to the library every Tuesday morning with her mummy, and she loves that. Lola and her mummy walk to the library. Lola returns the books from last week. Next is story time, and Lola loves story time. On Wednesday mornings, we have Holly doing our books for babies now at 10 o'clock every Wednesday morning. It's a great program for the little guys, even littler than some of you. Then Lola chooses her books. She loves that too. Then her and her mummy go home. The best part is Lola gets to read her stories every night, and Lola loves that best of all. It's great to have books to read. Reading is one of my favorite activities. Now, before we read our last story, which is called Hair Love, I'd like to just show you the book Carter Reads the Newspaper. It's a little bit longer. It's a picture book, and it's a little bit longer story, and it would be one that you could read with your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa, or if you're old enough, by yourself. And it's the story of Carter G. Woodson. And it's basically the story of how he worked and went through school and got a degree and really made an impact on a lot of people's lives. It's a great story. It's called Carter Reads the Newspaper. And it's written by Deborah Hopkinson and illustrated by Dawn Tate. Okay, so before we read our last story, we're going to read Hair Love. I thought we could sing a couple of our favorite songs because, you know, Tales for Tots, we did in Tempsford. We always had stories and we always had some songs. So let's think, what song could we sing to help celebrate the fact that Valentine's Day is coming up and we love each other, we care for our families, we take care of our friends? What about I love you, you love me, we're best friends as friends can be, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love you? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. And I think I'll finish off with the one that I used to sing for the story time. A, you're adorable. B, you're so beautiful. C, you're a cutie full of pie. D, you're delightful. E, you're exciteful. F, you're the feather in my eye. G, you look good to me. H means you're heavenly. Wait a minute. Heavenly? I, you're the one I idolize. J, we're like Jack and Jill. K, you're so kissable. L is the love light in your eyes. M, N, O, P, I can go on all day. Q, R, S, T, alphabetically speaking, we're all okay. Oh? Alphabetically speaking, we're all okay. T, I think I've lost my place in this song. U mean the world to me. V means you're very sweet. W, X, Y, Z. Oh, it's fun to wander through the alphabet with you to tell you what you mean to me. I haven't sung that song for so long, I forgot the words. Has that ever happened to you? And of course with live, you just can't go back and fix it. But oh well, it's all good. We'll sing it again another day. Anyways, let's finish off by reading Hair Love, written by Matthew A. Cherry and illustrated by Vashti Harrison. And it's a cute little story, but it has a really underlying meaning, and that is that we need to love ourselves for who we are, no matter who we are. And this young lady has quite the puffy hair. I have the actual opposite problem. My hair is very, very thin and fine. She's got very, very thick hair. My name is Zuri, and I have hair that has a mind of its own. It kinks and coils and curls every which way. Daddy tells me my hair is beautiful, and that makes me proud. I love that my hair lets me be me. I wear funky braids with beads, and I pretend that I'm a princess. And when my hair is in two puffs, I'm like a superhero in the clouds. My hair even does tricks. One day, Rocky and I were playing outside when along came the rain, and it went from large to small, presto, just like that. There's nothing my hair can't do. Today, I woke up extra early all by myself. I was too excited to sleep. It's a big day. Daddy was still sleeping. Shh, I said to Rocky as we tiptoed past him. Lately, Daddy has been so tired. He makes me breakfast, takes me to school, goes to work, picks me up, and yesterday we went for a big bike ride around the park. I think Daddy needs a break. Because today is special, I want a perfect hairstyle. This calls for a professional's touch. Uh-oh. Paws off, Rocky. Daddy heard the crash. Zuri, what on earth is happening? I was only trying to help, I said. Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It'll be a piece of cake, Zuri. The first style was no way. The second was no better. No, Daddy. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back in 2 puffs. Ouch! Daddy got an elastic in his eye. Wait a minute, Dad said, as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a hair pick. Ta-da! Daddy, really? I said. I'll be right back, Dad promised. She's got quite a head of hair for sure. Now how's that, he said, pulling a hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on. We can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special today. Don't worry, he said. We'll figure this out. And then I got a great idea. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed, and we were set to go. Watching carefully, Daddy combed, parted, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it. Funky puff buns. Pretty, pretty, and so much fun. And even Rocky approved. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to make the perfect look. Where's my Zuzu? Mummy called from the front door. She could not get in the house fast enough. Mommy! Oh, you've got to be the prettiest Supergirl I've ever seen, my mom said. And your hair is beautiful, Zuri. Who did it? I looked at Daddy and beamed. Mummy smiled. Very nice. Thank you. We learned from the best, Daddy said as she gave her a big hug. My hair is Mummy, Daddy, and me. It's hair love. I love that story because the little girl had such trouble with her hair, and yet she figured it out by watching a video of her mom doing her hair. Anyways, those are our stories for today. I hope you enjoyed those. We'll be back next Thursday with some more stories to help celebrate Black History Month. I hope that you're enjoying whatever you're doing today. I hope that you have a chance to do some reading. And if you need some more books, you can check out all the 14 branches of Oxford County Library. We're all offering levels of curbside pickup and home delivery services. Call your local branch for more information about your specific branch. And if you have any trouble with any of your account issues, you can email the folks at myaccount@ocl.net or curbsidebooks@ocl.net. We're available on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So I hope that you connect with Oxford County real soon. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Hello, my name is Ms. Carey, and I am the Youth Services Manager at the Columbiana Public Library in Columbiana, Ohio, which is in Northeast Ohio, right beside Pennsylvania. The town of Columbiana is a very small rural town. In 2019, Reader's Digest named us the nicest place in America. It's a very nice little town, very friendly, and when you walk down Main Street, it makes you think of one of the towns you might see in a Hallmark movie. Well, I have a special story I brought to share with you today. Our story is called One More Hug for Madison, written by Carolyn Jane Church and read with very special permission from Scholastic Publishing, whom we would like to thank for giving us permission today. So let's see what happens in our story. Time for bed, Madison, called Mommy. So Madison put away her toys, washed her whiskers, brushed her teeth, and put on her pajamas. As the little mouse snuggled under the covers, Mommy read Madison her favorite bedtime story, until Madison looked very sleepy. Night, night, Madison, Mommy whispered, giving her a bedtime kiss and a hug. Night, night, Mom, said Madison, as Mommy turned out the light. Madison tried to sleep, but without the light, her room felt dark, and she felt very lonely. Mom, she called, just one more thing. Please, may I have Molly Mouse to keep me company? So Mommy fetched Molly Mouse and gave Madison one more hug. Good night. But Madison still couldn't sleep. Now she was thirsty. Mom, she called, just one more thing. Please, could I have a drink and another blanket to keep me warm? So Mommy gave Madison a cup of warm milk and a cozy blanket and one more hug. Good night. The extra blanket and the drink made Madison feel lovely and warm. But then she heard a strange noise. Mom, she called, just one more thing. I need my woolly hat to cover my ears, Madison called. So Mommy brought Madison's hat and gently tucked it around her ears and gave her one more hug and blew her one more kiss. Mwah! As she shut the door. Madison now had Molly Mouse, a drink, another blanket, a woolly hat, but she still could not go to sleep. What is missing? Wondered Madison. And then she realized. Mom, called Madison, just one more thing. All I need now to go to sleep is one more hug. So Mommy gave her little Madison one last great big hug. And just one last thing, I promise, whispered Madison. But Mommy was already fast asleep. Mommy fell asleep. She's done a lot of running, hasn't she? The end. Well, at the end of my story times at my library, we always do a goodbye song, and it has a little bit of sign language in it. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to do friends with our 2 fingers. Time, say, and goodbye again. So let me show you our song. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. And goodbye, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so my name is Mrs. Tree, and I am a librarian at the Cross County branch of the East Central Arkansas Regional Library. And that's in Arkansas. Do you guys know where Arkansas is? Well, here in Arkansas, we actually have a diamond mine, the only diamond mine in the United States that you could actually come and mine for diamonds yourself, just kind of like the 7 Dwarfs. But, so anyway, today we are going to read May Among the Stars, and it's written by Rhoda Ahmed, and it's illustrated by Stacia Burlington. Burrington, not Burlington, Burrington. And we're reading this today with the permissions from HarperCollins Publishing House. Little May was a dreamer. They say that dreamers never succeed, but Little May was different. One day, May was working on an assignment for school about what she wanted to be when she grew up. What will you tell them, May? I will tell them I want to see Earth. This is Earth, May, her mother said. "The flowers, the grass, the forest, and the mountains. We live on Earth." "I know, but I want to see Earth from out there." "That's an amazing plan, little May. Then you have to become an astronaut. That way you can see Earth from space." "Astronaut? Do you think I could do that?" "Of course you can. If you can dream it, if you believe it, and work hard for it, anything is possible." May asked her mom to take her to the library. She searched for books about space and astronauts. After dinner, May drew pictures of space, and she even made her own astronaut costume out of old orange curtains and cardboard boxes. May's pretty creative, huh? Later, she asked her dad, "But how do I become an astronaut? It seems impossible." "You will find your way, May, because if you dream it, believe in it, and work hard for it, anything is possible." You guys remember that. But space is so far away. It's closer than you think, little May, and you may get there sooner than you think. That night, May had a happy dream. She was dancing in space, surrounded by billions of sparkling stars. Below, she could see Earth floating and turning like a shining crystal ball. The next morning, May told her parents about her dream. She wanted to tell everyone, and every time she talked about it, her eyes would light up. In the classroom, Miss Bell told everyone to stand in line on the rug. "Today, we are going to share our dreams about the future. What do you want to be, and what do you want to do when you grow up? Who wants to go first?" "I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a teacher, a football player. I want to be a mom. I want to go to space. I want to be an astronaut." That's May. All the kids started laughing. Miss Bell asked, "May, are you sure you don't want to be a nurse? Nursing would be a good profession for someone like you." "I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be an astronaut." May felt very disappointed. On her way home from school, May was quiet. She looked out the car window. Her world turned blue and cold. Nothing was the way it used to be. Why do you think her world is blue and cold? Do you guys think May is sad? At home, May started crying. "Miss Bell said I can't become an astronaut." "What a silly thing to say," said her mother. "She told me I should be a nurse instead," said May. Her mom wiped away her tears. "My dear May, I hope you didn't believe her." "Of course I believed her. She's my teacher." "I'm sorry Miss Bell didn't encourage you, but she can't stop you. No one can stop you. Follow your dream, May, and go to space." "Thank you, Mom. I promise. When I get to space, I will wave to you and Dad from the spaceship." Her mom took her hand and they started dancing. You must always repeat to yourself. You guys repeat it too. If I can dream it, if I can believe in it, and if I work hard for it, anything is possible. Good job, you guys. May went on dreaming, believing, and working really hard. And guess what? She went to space and waved to her mom and dad on Earth. The end. And so this is May in our illustrations, but this is Mae Jemison in real life. She was born on October 17th, 1956, and she's an American engineer, physician, and former NASA astronaut. She was the first Black woman to travel into space with the Space Shuttle Endeavour team. Pretty cool, huh? Mae Jemison. And all she had to do was believe it, and she achieved it. Cool. All right, you guys, it's been great reading to you all. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. See you next time.
Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Flores and I'm the librarian here at my elementary school in El Paso, Texas. This is my first year as a librarian and I'm really excited to be here. Here in El Paso, we have beautiful weather, excellent Mexican food, and we're right on the border to Juarez, Mexico. So we have a lot of very diverse people in our city. It makes it a very exciting and interesting place to live. The book I'm going to read today is I Am a Tiger by Carl Newson, and it is being read with permission from Scholastic. My book is an ebook, so I won't be holding up anything, but I will be showing you my lovely computer screen, and I love that because then we can all see the pictures nice and big and bright. So I'm going to go ahead and put up my book. Here we go. This is our cover of I Am a Tiger. We have our author's name in the corner, Carl Newson, and our illustrator's name in the other corner, Ross Collins. And I have our main character, the mouse, sitting on a very curly, swirly, stripy tiger tail. And here he is hiding behind some of the tiger stripes. And here's that same little mouse walking across the bottom of our book. And he's headed towards an animal that owns that tail, that stripy, furry, fluffy, mysterious tail. I wonder what kind of animal that tail belongs to. So let's find out. It's a raccoon. Did you guess it? Look at that stripy, fluffy, furry tail. And the mouse comes up to the raccoon, and the mouse says, I am a tiger. Look at that raccoon. He says, no, you're not. A tiger is much bigger than you are. And it has a bit more grrr. Because mice don't really grr, do they? They squeak, but they don't grr, I don't think. But the mouse says, well, tigers can be small too. Grr. He's got a little grr. And here comes the fox. And the fox says, not that small. And a tiger has stripes. Some do. This one doesn't, says the mouse. So there. I am a tiger. Look at that snake. Swirly, curlied up in the tree. And he says, a tiger can climb a tree. Can you climb a tree? And the mouse says, I could climb a tree. I could climb to the moon if I wanted to. Most tigers can. And I am a tiger. What do you think about that? Can a tiger climb to the moon? Can a mouse, can a person climb to the moon? I don't know about that. Go on then, says this beautiful bird. Climb to the moon. If you can do it, you might as well do it and go. I can't just now, said the mouse. It's time for my lunch. A tiger hunts for its lunch. Grrr, I am a tiger. Look at that mouse. Look at that big, gurry, hunting look on his face, right? He's going to go find him some lunch. And here comes the raccoon back. He says, no, you're not. You're achoo! I am not an chew. I am a tiger. But look at that sneaky mouse. Look what he did. He had that dandelion, right? That little puffy, fluffy weed. And he's tickling the raccoon's nose. So he sneezes and he can't call him out for not being a tiger. Sneaky mouse, huh? No, I am a tiger. And along comes this huge, real tiger. And all the animals in the back, look at them, the raccoon and the fox and the snake and the bird. They look so scared, don't they? To see that big, huge tiger. And that little mouse, take a look. He's right up there up front and he's looking at the tiger like, yes, can I help you? Think that's brave of the mouse? You're not a tiger. You're a mouse. Can you imagine telling that to the tiger? He says, look at your tiny, twitchy nose. Look at your little hands and feet. I'll bet you had cheese for breakfast. Because mice like cheese, right? I am a tiger. I can do this. And he starts juggling acorns. And he looks at the tiger. Can you do this? Mm-hmm. And now he's hanging upside down on the branch by his tail. And he says, what about this? I don't think the tiger can do that. Oh dear, you, sir, are definitely a mouse. And I am a tiger. The tiger looks a little worried and he says, but if I'm a mouse, then what are they? The raccoon and the fox and the bird and the snake, what are they then? And the raccoon, he's furry, he's stripy, he has a funny looking face with those little patches on his eyes. And the mouse says, this is a caterpillar. And he goes over to the fox. And he's long and he's red and he likes to bounce. And the mouse says, this is a balloon. That's crazy. He doesn't look like any balloon I've ever seen. And the mouse walks over to the snake and he says, he's thin and pointy and he hangs in trees. This is a banana. And he finally goes over to the little bird and he says, this guy's tiny and he's colorful and he sits on a stick. This is a lollipop. I did not know that a bird could be a lollipop. And look at all those poor animals. They look so sad and they look so confused, don't they? And the little mouse says, now I really must be going because my lunch won't catch itself. What a silly old bunch these animals are. And he comes to a pond, a body of water, and he can see his reflection inside the water. And he looks down and he says, ah! I am not a tiger. How could I be so wrong? And he gets really close. Look, he's nose to nose with that water. And he says, look at these teeth. And look at these claws. And look at this long tail. Guys, do you think he's going to realize that he's a mouse? Do you think he's going to realize that he's not a tiger? Do you think? And he looks and he says, it's so obvious. I I'm a crocodile. Bold little mouse, isn't he? I wonder what he's going to try to tell the crocodile now, huh? We have some wonderful illustrations closing out our book. I'd like to say thank you so much for being here for our Read Aloud. I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day and have a wonderful time celebrating Read Across America. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we have a giant river, so that's why it's called Grand Rapids. Today I'm going to be reading a story. It is Denzelo's Scarecrow and the Tin Man, and it is excellent, to be sure. To little Freddie Stone. I don't know who Freddie is, but you can see there's the Scarecrow looking a bit sad, and then the Tin Man sitting on a box of props. Alright. The Scarecrow and the Tin Man. "It is a shame," said the Scarecrow to the Tin Man one afternoon as they were resting after their performance. "We are here working day after day, night after night, to amuse the children, and we haven't had any time for fun ourselves. I'm going to strike, I am." "That's so," said the Tin Man. "We haven't had a vacation in 2 years." "Say, let's break out and wake up the town," replied the Scarecrow. "Come on." So, while the manager was counting his money, the Scarecrow and Tin Man quietly stole out the stage door and ran down the street, greatly to the surprise of the stage doorkeeper, who told the manager that the stars had run away. There was a great hubbub back of the scenes when they found that the Scarecrow and Tin Man had fled. The police were notified, and searchers went everywhere to catch the truants. That would be the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, for the evening performance could not go on without them. Meanwhile, the runaway pair were having a wild, jolly time in the old town. They ran until they thought they were safe from pursuit, and then they jumped on a streetcar to get as far away from the theater as they could in a short time. "Fare," said the conductor. "What is that?" asked the Scarecrow. "Pay your money or get off," said the conductor. The Scarecrow and Tin Man laughed at the idea of anyone wanting money from them. "We haven't any," said the Tin Man. "Then off you go." The conductor tossed the two from the car. "That Tin Man had a hard face," said an old lady near the door. Bang! Went the Tin Man and Scarecrow into a banana and apple stand kept by an Italian on the corner as they came off the car in a hurry. Down went the stand, fruit, and the two friends into the gutter. Of course, the banana man was angry, and he talked loudly in broken English. Away the two friends flew down the street with the angry banana man after them, calling loudly for his pay for the spoiled fruit. "Everyone seems to want money," said the Scarecrow, as he jumped into an automobile that was standing by the curb. In tumbled the Tin Man, and away they dashed, leaving the Italian waving his arms wildly on the corner. "This is great," said the Scarecrow. "It beats the theater to all pieces," replied the Tin Man as they fairly flew over the avenue at a reckless pace. "Hi! Stop there!" shouted a bicycle policeman. "You are going too fast." But they only waved him tra-la as they sped along. The policeman blew a loud blast on his whistle, and then the auto was hemmed in and surrounded by policemen just as the Scarecrow steered the machine into a mortar bed in front of the new building. The automobile turned a complete somersault, scattering mortar, brick, and sand in all directions over the policeman and the crowd that was collecting. This stage of the auto commenced to sizzle and suddenly blew up, sending our friends high into the air. One of the policemen turned in an alarm, and the fire engines were soon on the spot to put out the fire on the auto. Taking advantage of the confusion, the two friends dodged down an alley, out on another street, and were soon far away. By and by they found themselves in Madison Square near a fountain, when a man carelessly threw a lighted match directly into the straw that was sticking out of the Scarecrow's chest, and set him ablaze. The Tin Man, seeing this danger, with a rare presence of mind, caught up his friend and dumped him into the fountain. But in doing so, he stumbled and fell in himself. Oh my. Now what was good for the Scarecrow was not good for the Tin Man, and after they had crawled out of the water, he began to rust. And as he had left his oil can at the theater, he was soon stiff in all his joints, so that the Scarecrow had to help him along. Just then they heard a voice behind them say, "There they are! Arrest them!" It was the voice of the manager who was hunting them with a squad of policemen. There was no escape, as the Tin Man was so rusty by this time that he could scarcely move, and the happy pair were soon hustled into a patrol wagon and given a ride to the station. When they came before the judge, and he heard the complaint of the manager, he sentenced the Scarecrow and Tin Man to another year in the theater to make fun for the children. "That's all right," said the Scarecrow. "We have had our little fun, and it's all right. We will go back with pleasure." The Scarecrow oiled up the Tin Man so that he was as good as ever, and got some new straw to swell out his own chest, and the two friends shone with new luster at the evening performance that night. The children laughed as they had never laughed before at the droll antics of the Scarecrow and Tin Man. The end.
Hello everybody, my name is Sarah and I am the Youth Services Coordinator for the La Quinta Public Library. Now, our little city of La Quinta is located in Southern California, and we are a super small desert town. And when I say desert, I really mean desert. We've got cactus, we've got wildflowers, we've got coyotes and snakes and desert tortoises. We even have billy goats up in the mountains. You might even see the occasional tumbleweed during the summer when everything's all dry. And yes, the summer. It gets to be about 125 degrees here in the summer. That's super hot. It's crazy. Now, we have a great story to read today, all about rhyming. Do you know what rhyming means? Well, rhyming words are words that sound the same. So they don't mean the same thing. They just sound the same when you say it out loud. So let's take a look at our book for today. We have Lost and Found, What's That Sound? Written by Jonathan Yang and illustrated by Victoria Yang. Now, we want to make sure we give a very special thank you to HarperCollins Publishers for giving us permission to read this book today. Here we go. We have a bunny in the Lost and Found department. Welcome to the Lost and Found, where we find items by their sound. The little mouse, the little mouse. The thing I lost goes toot, toot, toot. I've spent all day in hot pursuit. Toot, toot, toot. We have 3 different things that make that sound. That's what I was looking for. My trumpet. It is lost no more. The thing I lost goes ding, ding, ding. Have you heard of such a thing? The beaver, he's lost something. Ding, ding, ding. My triangle, you found it there. Thank you kindly, Mr. Hare. The thing I lost goes plink, plank, plunk. I play it with my big long trunk. Plink, plank, plunk. My piano, may I have it, please? I need some time to tune the keys. He plays the piano. The thing I lost goes boom, boom, boom. Have you seen it in this room? Bunny's thinking. Boom, boom, boom. My drum! I see you found it! Wow! Just hang on, guys. I'm ready now. At last, I found the lost and found. The thing I lost make many sounds, like toot, toot, ding, and plunk, boom, boom. I really need to find them soon. Bunny's thinking again. Bunny knows where everything's at. I hear the things you're looking for. The sounds are coming from next door. What's back there? You found my things. They sound so grand. 1, 2, 3. Let's hit it, band. Toot, ding, plunk, boom. They're a band. They were instruments that they were missing the whole time. The end. Oh, I really hope you enjoyed that rhyming book. Thank you for joining me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a great rest of the day listening to lots of stories from all over the place. I want to send warm wishes all the way from our warm desert town here in Southern California. So until I see you guys again next time, bye.
Hi readers, I'm joining you today from outside of our school in Amory, Wisconsin, and it's a beautiful winter day. The weather has warmed up quite a bit in the last couple of days compared to last week when we had some very cold below zero temperatures. Today I'm going to head out on my snowshoes into our school forest, and I'm going to enjoy being outside. And then when I finish, I'm going to come back and read a story to you. Big Mean Mike, written by Michelle Knudsen, illustrated by Scott Magoon. Big Mean Mike, read with permissions from Candlewick Press. Big Mean Mike was the biggest and toughest dog in the whole neighborhood. He had a big, mean bark and big, sharp teeth. He wore a big black collar with gleaming silver spikes, and his claws were big and mean and very, very pointy. Best of all, he had a big, mean car that he liked to drive around the big, mean streets. It made a big, mean sound whenever he revved the engine. "Here comes Big Mean Mike," the other dogs would say. "He's the biggest, toughest dog in the whole neighborhood." Everyone knew how big and tough he was, and that was just the way Mike liked it. On Tuesday, Mike decided to buy a new pair of combat boots. He liked the way they made his feet look extra big and mean. He came out of the store and admired his big, shiny car. Then he opened up the big, wide trunk, and there, next to the big, tough spare tire, was a tiny, fuzzy bunny. "Hey," said Mike, "how'd you get in there?" The tiny, fuzzy bunny blinked up at him sleepily. It was very cute. Mike picked up the bunny and quickly set it down on the sidewalk. Big, mean dogs and tiny, cute bunnies did not go together. He peeled out and sped away, revving his engine a few extra times for good measure. On Wednesday, Mike got in his car to drive to the gym. He opened up the glove compartment to get out his new gym pass. When he reached inside for the shiny plastic card, he felt something else instead. Something soft? Something cuddly? He leaned over to peer inside. The tiny fuzzy bunny was back, and this time it had brought a friend. "Hey, I told you to get out," Mike barked at the first bunny. He pointed at the second bunny. "That goes for you, too." Mike scooped up both bunnies, hoping that no one was looking. He put them down outside the car. He felt their tiny eyes watching him as he drove away. On Thursday, there were 3 tiny fuzzy bunnies sitting on the hood. "Get off my car, you bunnies!" Mike shouted. "What if someone sees you up there?" The bunnies did not get off. They looked at him and wiggled their cute little noses. Mike picked them up one by one and put them on the ground. Then he spelled it out for them. Big tough dogs do not hang around with tiny fuzzy bunnies, okay? So beat it, scram, and don't come back. Mike found excuses not to use his car for the next few days. The next weekend, Mike had a ticket to the Monster Truck Show. He had been looking forward to it for months. Monster trucks were big and mean, just like him. The show was in the next town over, too far to walk. Mike went out to his car. He looked carefully under the hood. He checked the trunk. Then he peeked inside the glove compartment. "Hey," said Mike, "nothing to worry about after all." When he got to the stadium, the parking lot was full of big, mean dogs getting out of their own big, mean cars. None of them were as big and mean as Mike, of course, but some came pretty close. Mike turned off the ignition. The keys slipped from his grasp and landed on the floor. A pair of tiny white paws reached out from under the seat and picked them up. "Arg!" cried Mike. He stared in dismay as 4 tiny fuzzy bunnies hopped up onto the seat. They twitched their soft bunny ears and blinked their cute bunny eyes. "No more bunnies!" Mike yelled. "Get out of my car." The bunnies just sat there, looking at him. "Fine," Mike growled. "Stay in there. I'm not missing the show because of you." He snatched up his keys and slammed the door. The bunnies gazed at him with their sweet little fuzzy faces. "Gosh, you guys are cute," Mike said. Then he looked around. "I mean, I hate cute. Grrr, I'm Big Mean Mike." He started to walk away. Then he stopped and looked around again. A parking lot full of big mean dogs was not a very good place for little bunnies. He couldn't leave them there alone. It wouldn't be safe. "Arr!" Mike growled. He had no choice. "All right, bunnies," he said. "You can come with me, but I don't want the other dogs to see you." He got his gym bag out of the trunk. "Hop in here, and be quick about it." The bunnies hopped into the bag. Mike hurried inside and found his seat. The Monster Truck Show was just starting. It was awesome. Mike felt his gym bag moving on the seat beside him. The bunnies were sticking their little heads out, peering around with their bright, excited eyes. "All right," Mike whispered. "You can watch. Just try not to let anyone see you." One by one, the bunnies climbed out onto Mike's lap. They nibbled pieces of his popcorn. They bounced in excitement whenever a big, mean truck cleared a jump or a little car got crunched under a big, tough tires. Mike couldn't bring himself to make them go back in the bag. They were having such a good time. And so was he. It was kind of fun to have someone to watch the show with. Even better to have several someones, even if they were tiny fuzzy bunnies. When the show was over, Mike noticed a group of big tough dogs waiting for him at the end of the aisle. "Got some new friends there, Mike?" one dog asked. "Didn't figure you for the cute and cuddly type," said another. "Guess you're not so big and mean after all," a third dog barked. Soon all the dogs were laughing and pointing. Mike didn't know what to do. This was terrible. His image was ruined. Then one of the bunnies leaned forward and made a tiny growly sound. The other bunnies all joined in, and Mike looked down at them. Slowly he smiled, a big, mean smile. Then he looked back at the other dogs. "You know what?" Mike told them. "I don't care what you think. I'm Big Mean Mike. I can hang out with whoever I want. I like these bunnies. They know how to have a good time. And they're adorable. Any of you got a problem with that?" The other dogs all took a step back. No problem here," the first dog said. "Yeah, we were just kidding around," said the second dog. "Good," said Mike. "Now get out of our way. My friends and I are going home." From that day on, Big Mean Mike went back to driving around the big mean streets in his big mean car. He still did everything in his own big mean way, and everywhere he went, 4 tiny fuzzy bunnies went with him. And that was just the way Mike liked it. Big Mean Mike was the biggest, toughest dog in the whole neighborhood. He had a big mean bark and big sharp teeth, and he wore a big black collar with gleaming silver spikes, and his claws were big and mean and very, very pointy. The end.
Hi, my name is Hasina, and I'm a librarian for the Brooklyn Public Library here in New York City. And today I'm going to be sharing with you How Do Dinosaurs Say I'm Mad? Written by Jane Yolen and Mark Ticky. Look at that big dinosaur. How does a dinosaur act when he's mad? Does he roar, slam the door, yell at mom or at dad? When he can't get his way, does he boast, "I'll be bad"? Is that what dinosaurs say when they're mad? When Papa says no, does he grumble and pout? When Mama says no, does he throw toys about? When he's told to sit still, does he kick at a chair? Does he act as if mother and father aren't there? When he hears take a nap, does he give dirty looks? When he's told quiet down, does he rip up his books? No cookies today? Fling a mug at the cat? Meow! Oh no. Time for bed. Does he bang on the floor with his bat? No, a dinosaur doesn't. He counts up to 10, and after a timeout, breathes calmly, and then he cleans up his mess and he picks up the mug. He says, "I'm so sorry," and he gives a big hug. His anger is gone, so he opens the door. Not mad. I'm glad, little dinosaur. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.
Hello, friends, all the way from New Hampshire. My name is Miss Maria. I'm from Guilford, New Hampshire, and I'm a children's librarian with Guilford Public Library. And today I'm going to be reading Hungry Bird by Jeremy Tankard. I love this story. I hope you love it too. Bird and his friends had just set out on a hike when Bird's tummy rumbled. Do you ever get a rumble in your tummy when you're hungry? Mine does. "I'm getting hungry," said Bird. "I might need something to eat." And the other animals didn't answer. They were too busy enjoying the hike. "Hey, Fox," said Bird, "did you pack anything for me to eat? I'm a bit peckish." "I brought some yummy berries. Would you like a few?" "No, thanks. Berries are not my favorite." "Suit yourself," said Fox. And off they continue going. Bird's tummy rumbled louder. "Hey, Beaver," said Bird, "have you brought anything delicious to eat? I'm hungry." "I have lots of nice crunchy sticks," said Beaver. "Would you like some?" Sticks? Said Bird. Are you crazy? Birds don't eat sticks. Well, beavers do. Yum, said Beaver. Bird's legs were growing weak. Hey, Sheep, said Bird. Have you packed anything tasty? I'm starving. I've packed some delicious grass, said Sheep. I could share it. Grass, said Bird. I think you mean gross. Who wants to eat grass? I do, bah, said Sheep. It's scrumptious. Bird could not go one more step. Hey, Raccoon, said Bird. Please tell me you've remembered that I like to eat. I'm ravenous. I have this nice sandwich, said Raccoon. Would you like half? Sandwich, said Bird. Yuck! That sounds disgusting. It isn't, said Raccoon. It's a medley of flavors. Do you think that he's gonna eat a lunch eventually, a little snack? I don't know. What do you think? Well, let's find out. Bird was sure he was gonna pass out from hunger. Hey, Rabbit, shouted Bird. Give me something to eat now! How about a carrot? Said Rabbit. Carrots are delicious. Carrots are orange! Shouted Bird. How on earth can I eat a carrot? Uh-oh. I don't think he looks very happy. What do you think? Yeah, I think so too. Looks angry. You crunch it? Said Rabbit. Like this. Crunch, crunch. Bird's tummy roared and he collapsed on the floor. Uh-oh. His friends continued going. Let's see what happens next. He lay where he had fallen. He lay there some more. You mean none of you packed me a snack that I like? Bird called to his friends. If I don't eat this very instant, I might die. Ooh, oh boy, that doesn't sound fun. Bird's friends had stopped to rest on a log and eat their snacks. They called to him. Bird could hardly hear them over his noisy tummy. Be quiet, Tummy, whimpered Bird. I'm starving to death here. Bird looked at his friends happily, munching away. He was too hungry to walk, and he crawled over to them. Oh, let's see. Look at this. Oh boy, what a sight. He crawled over. He didn't even have energy to stand and walk. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, fine, I'll try your snacks, said Bird. He tasted some berries. Oh, these taste very round. He nibbled some sticks. Crunchy. He chewed some grass. I feel like a sheep. Bird tried the sandwich. It's not as disgusting as I thought. He even ate a carrot. Not bad. It does taste orange, but I like it. Just then, Fox spotted something wriggling in the grass. Bird, he said, your favorite snack. What do you think Bird's favorite snack is? What do you think it is? What's this? That's right! His favorite snack, a worm! No thanks, said Bird. I'm thirsty. Who brought me a drink? I love this story. Such a good one. Such a good one. It was wonderful reading a story with you today. Thank you so much for joining us. I chose a book about a bird because New Hampshire's state bird is the purple finch. Though here in Hungry Bird he is blue, I just really like this book, and it reminded me that our bird is a purple finch. And thank you so much, Scholastic, for letting us read this book virtually. Yay!